So this is essentially a psychological tool that talks a fictional narrative in a way that makes sense to ordinary people. There is this classic saying of heaven and hell. It goes like, if you do nice stuff, you'll go to heaven after you die. And if you do bad stuff, you'll go to hell after you die. You sure have heard about this at some or the other point in your life. Well, today we're talking about this very idea and looking at it from a spiritual point of view. Now, Sadhguru in his book Death and Inside Story offers a very interesting perspective on this. He first introduces us to the various marketing tactics that people have been using. When you go to heaven, there will be good food, there will be beautiful virgins waiting there to serve you. Some even say that in heaven, no matter how much you eat, your plate is always going to be full with food. Unlimited, delicious food. Everything will be absolutely blissful. Then he breaks down these myths by saying, when you die, the first thing you do is leave your body. Your body is either buried, cremated, or fed to birds or animals depending on the culture where you lived in. Without a body, he says, how are you going to eat all that food? The food would simply pass through you. That is why the vessel always stayed full. Death simply brings a dimensional shift in you. You shift from being in the embodied state to a disembodied state. It is not a geographical shift. You don't actually go up above the sky or down below the ground. Also, the most important thing is that what happens after your death is not based on God's decision, whether He's pleased with you or angry with you, and so your appropriate placements. The reason the idea of hell and heaven has been prevailing is that it is a way to bring control in society. It makes you question the morality and appropriateness of your actions. You are constantly bothered by the thought that you may just have to burn in hell for doing this. Also, people who never did anything good for anyone else may just donate something to the needy thinking that they would land in heaven for doing so. It is also a way for people to share a sense of hope and provide solace. If you do all things right in your life and still something terrible happens with you, people can say, don't worry, everything will be fine once you go to heaven. So this is essentially a psychological tool that talks a fictional narrative in a way that makes sense to ordinary people. The problem is when this narrative becomes a deep-rooted belief that makes people do all sorts of inappropriate actions. They have internalized the fact that as long as they do so and so things in the checklist, their seat to heaven is guaranteed, it is reserved. This then gives them the license to do anything they want and still have that reservation intact. Sadhguru says that until you destroy the heaven and hell that is functioning within you right now, there is really no movement towards truth. So to summarize, heaven and hell is simply a narrative concept that has been made up by people, but it's not completely useless. It does serve a purpose. Its psychological benefits. Again, I do not have a lot of knowledge over this topic. All of the things I've talked about so far are either direct passages or paraphrases after reading the book Death and Inside Story by Sadhguru. I highly recommend you to read this book for yourself. That's it for this video. I hope you gained something valuable out of watching this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell so that you, my friend, can get notified the next time we upload a video to this channel. Also, if you found this video helpful, I would request you to share it with a friend of yours whom you feel will benefit from watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.